Silvicultural regeneration systems focus on making sure stands renew themselves and are sustainable. In an even-age stand, trees will normally be within plus or minus 10% of the same age. For example, in a 100-year-old stand, the trees will be 90 to 110 years of age. The cycle of an even-age forest is regeneration leading to a mature stand leading to a harvest. Once a stand's regeneration is in place, management of the stand is essentially the same regardless of the prescribed treatment. Several prescribed thinning operations may occur over the course of a stand's rotation. Thinning focuses on species composition and improving residual tree quality and growth. While the purpose of these thinnings is not solely to establish regeneration, later treatments can promote seed production or seedling establishment. With each thinning treatment, the proportion of acceptable growing stock, AGs, should increase relative to the number of unacceptable trees, UGs. Types of regeneration harvest used in even-age silvicultural systems are seed tree, shelter wood, and clear cut. Each of these harvest types has advantages, and all strive to stock the stand with regeneration. Seed tree treatments are best used with species that disperse light seeds that move easily in the wind. Appropriate species are white pine, yellow poplar, or aspen. There might be as few as 10 to 15 seed-producing trees retained per acre. These trees are widely spaced and more susceptible to wind throw and other problems. When choosing seed trees, it is important to look for species that are wind-firm on sites that are not too wet and have good soil depth. Use soil surveys as a source of information for evaluating wind firmness. After dispersing their seed and the seedlings are well established, seed trees often remain in the stand. This adds another age component of trees to the next stand, which can increase habitat diversity in both the short and long term. A second type of regeneration harvest in an even-age silvicultural system is shelter wood. Shelter woods are one of the most common types of even-age regeneration harvest done in Pennsylvania. As the name implies, the intent is to provide shelter to the site and regeneration as the next rotation in the stand begins to grow. Compared to a seed tree or clear cuts, site moisture, light intensity, and wind, which can cause stress for seedlings, are much less of an issue in a shelter wood. The harvest will retain 30 to 50% canopy cover of high-quality, desirable species to provide seed that establishes regeneration. This more hospitable environment is beneficial for new regeneration. The last thinning in a stand scheduled for a shelterwood treatment is sometimes called a preparatory cut. This thinning adjusts species composition and reduces stocking to encourage residual trees to expand their crowns to produce more seed. The focus is to retain the best trees. After the preparatory cut, 5 to 10 years might pass before a final removal cut, which fully releases established regeneration. There are many advantages of a shelterwood. First, an overstory remains while the regeneration establishes. Second, because the treatment focuses on retaining the best specific well-spaced trees as seed sources, it is possible to wait for adequate regeneration to occur before removing the overstory canopy. Basically, in a shelterwood, time is on the manager's side. It makes regeneration a process and not an event, as there are still options to conduct other treatments to help capture regeneration. For example, this image was taken from a seedling's perspective looking up. As competitive plants begin to overtop regeneration, as seen here, an herbicide treatment can remove the competition. The retained trees can still drop seed to augment the regeneration, as some seedlings die from the herbicide treatment. A third advantage is that a shelterwood is more aesthetically pleasing than a clear cut. The stand has a more park-like appearance with big, healthy trees that have space between them. The third type of a regeneration harvest in even-age silvicultural systems is clear-cut. This high-quality forested landscape in Pennsylvania is a result of clear-cutting from the late 1800s and early 1900s. Despite its often negative reputation, clear-cutting remains a valuable forestry tool. Before prescribing a clear-cut, carefully assess regeneration. Unlike clear-cuts in the West and the South, where harvested stands are normally regenerated by planting nursery-grown seedlings, hardwood forests depend on natural regeneration. Since the harvest will fully remove the overstory, it is critical to have sufficient desirable advanced regeneration in place. Ideally, stump sprouts, as seen here, as well as seed stored in the soil and seed from adjacent stands, will contribute to regeneration success. With species that root sucker, such as aspen, clear-cutting can lead to rapid restocking. Understanding when and how to use even-aged forest regeneration systems, seed trees, shelterwood, and clear-cut, is critical for achieving sustainable forest management.